Good morning. This is JD. I was online and I seen this little excerpt, so I'll do this about guns. More laws on guns, and I put no. But why? Let me, before I even start anything, ask you this. It is against the law, correct? Be if I'm wrong, to smoke marijuana. Just to smoke marijuana. To own it. To have it. It is completely against the law. And I'm going to ask you this. You people out there who want to put more rules and regulations, do you enjoy smoking that marijuana that's against the law? There's laws and regulations that says you cannot have it, but yet you do. How many of you do? Do you think a person who wants a gun is really not going to get one? You want that joint, you're going to get it. Even though there are laws saying you cannot have marijuana, you can't own marijuana, you can't carry marijuana, you can't even have it in your house. You could actually lose your house. If they do a raid and they find marijuana in your house, you could actually lose your house. But yet you still have that choice. And you're probably one of the first people out there to get gun laws against regulations, against guns. Like we don't have enough now. All the regulations we have now are restricting enough. The problem is not the regulations. The problem is what people think guns are. Ask a hunter, ask a soldier what a gun is and what they're for. You get a completely different answer than the person who buys that little handgun and sticks it up by their night bed and ends up somebody getting hurt. That person who takes that gun, puts it up by his nightstand, and you ask him, what's your gun for? And he'll say, for protection. Well, I tell him, take his gun, go on a skiing slope, and when an avalanche begins, hold that gun up. See how well it protects him from that avalanche. Is it going to protect him? No, he'll be dead. Late at night on an busy expressway, go out there, put that gun in front of you, and stand in front of a car. When that car runs you over, did that gun protect you? No. It didn't protect you there. A person who's really hesitant about using a gun, like a young lady, goes down an alley, 3-4 guys pull her down an alley. They decide they want to doggone see what she looks like naked and enjoy themselves with personal pleasures on her. She pulls out that gun, they rip that gun away from her, they do what they want, then they pistol whip. Did the gun protect her? No, because she didn't know what the gun was for. Subconsciously, she did not want to do what the gun was for. And that's the real problem. We're not teaching people. I will agree, a good gun course, maybe run by our police department, should be required. I will agree with that. But the purpose is to teach truly what a gun is for. A gun is not for protection. A gun does not make you big. A gun doesn't make you small. A gun does very little protection. Matter of fact, if a person pulls out a gun to me with the experience and training I have in different items, which I'm not at liberty to say, you're at a disadvantage if I have nothing in my hand and you have a gun. Yes, that little bit of lead might kill me, but I can guarantee you I will kill you. Okay? So, but what is a gun for? If it's not for protection. Killing. That's the only thing a gun is for. And there's where the problem lies. We don't teach a gun is for killing. If these people who buy these guns and put them in their nightstand and have children realize the only purpose of a gun is killing, how many of them would have left that gun where that child could have found it? Our education system on the guns are totally wrong. A hunter will tell you, when he shoots at an animal, if he didn't kill that animal, that's a miss. So guns are for killing. Nothing more, nothing less. All the regulations in the world will do only one thing: take the gun out of the hand of the law-abiding citizens and put the guns in the hands of the people who really want guns. The people who rob banks. The people who sell drugs. The people who burglarize your house. Those will be the ones who have guns. If you don't believe me, look at some of you out there. You really want your joint. You really want your marijuana. You got it, don't you? All the laws and regulations aren't going to stop you from getting it. Even going to jail, the possibility of going to jail. So, you want to put more gun laws and regulations? Who will have the guns then? The people who really want guns. The people who have need for guns. Mainly the criminal element. You people out there who want these regulations and you say that our society is becoming so lawless that you feel like a prisoner because you're giving the advantage to the person who does not follow the laws. You make all these laws and regulations to restrict your life, and they don't care. They want you to. You don't make it hard for them to get a gun. Do you know how easy it is to get a gun today? You could be somewhere where owning a gun is totally illegal. Yet, through communications the way the world is, you can get almost any type of gun made. You can get it. A gunless society is a prison. And even there, they have guns. Think about that. How many times is there somebody in prison, a prisoner, that has a gun? And it's against the law to even put your hand on a gun if you are a prisoner. You want to see what type of society? Go to prison. Yeah, their guns are illegal. See how many guns they get. Ask them. And that will show you how well all the regulations on guns will do. So what do we really need? Do we need to make guns illegal? Do we really? I mean, honest. You think the criminals care? You think the people who really want a gun cares? It might be a little more difficult for them to get it, but they're going to get it. I mean, just like your marijuana. To me, I have no idea how to get it. I don't smoke it. I don't care for it or nothing. But I know there's several people on the street I can go to, and I can end up getting marijuana. Yeah, several. Most of the houses on this street. But I don't want it. I don't search for it. So, same thing will happen with all the rules and regulations with guns. Anybody who wants a gun will be able to get a gun. The only difference is the people who don't want a gun won't. And that's it. And if you think making it stricter, making it more regulated, it don't work. Education is the key to the answer. Whoa! Wait a minute now. Education? Yes, education. Stop teaching people guns are for protection. Guns have only one purpose: to kill. Nothing more, nothing less. And when you grab that gun and you aim it at somebody, you must know your intention is to kill that individual, and you let the other individual know. And out of that, you will have your protection. You pull out a gun, she pull out that gun, and she would say to that group, This is for killing. I will kill at least one of you, maybe two, maybe three. But I will use the gun and I will kill. That group would back off. But she shows hesitation in use of that gun. It'll be grabbed from her and they will beat her up and do what they want, the crowd. Understand, the only purpose for a gun is to kill, not protection, nothing else. And understand, the more regulations and more rules you put on guns, the more illegal you make it, then the people who really want guns will have guns. And if you don't believe me, every single one of you who are against guns that smoke marijuana, look at that joint and say, this is illegal. I cannot have this at all. But yet I do. And there's your answer on gun regulations. Thank you. This is JD.